guys, how's it going? Caitlin here and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope you guys are excited. Honestly, this is a love yourself later activity, so even if you're not feeling it right now, focus on how you feel for the rest of the week after you've done this, and I promise it gets addictive. Meal prep is a form of self-care because you're taking care of yourself, a future self who's totally going to appreciate all the efforts you are doing right now. Now, if you are just really not feeling it and you want to just try for level 1, I have 3 varying levels of meal prep. If you don't have your prep list, I want you to check the description of the video. There's a link in the description of the video where you can grab your prep list real quick, pause it, come back, and then we can get it all done together, okay? What are we having this week? Pan Fried Haddock, Savoury chicken and bacon Bliss pasta, and tomato basil soup. I kind of want this to be a lazy week. I'm feeling the lazy week, and I know it seems counterintuitive to meal prep when you're having a lazy week, but that's the way it is. So as usual, I'm going to start with some things from level 3, because level 3 is stuff that's going to be working on itself in the background while I am doing other things. I am going to prep one of my side dishes that is going with my Pan Fried Haddock. I'm going to prep rice in advance. For some people, you might not want rice that's prepped in advance. Me, I'm just looking for it lazy this week. Not lying, looking for it lazy. So I got my rice in what is called a micro cooker. I'm just putting it in the microwave for 10 minutes and then putting it in the microwave 15. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna let it sit there for 10, and if it sits for longer than that, it's really not gonna hurt it anyway. I also am going to start heating up a grill to cook my chicken. So I got that started preheating so I can throw my chicken on it. And I am going to throw some bacon in the oven. You can cook your bacon however you want to. Don't let anybody tell you how you have to cook your bacon. I do like cooking mine on a bar pan though, in the oven, because it's easy and and it's lazy. And I don't have to worry about my bacon splattering all over the place or otherwise misbehaving. If you wanted to, you could move yours in the microwave. That's how I grew up making it. I grew up making bacon in the microwave, and then for some reason when I became an adult, I decided that adults cook it on the stovetop. So then I always cooked it on the stovetop. And then somebody mentioned about cooking their bacon on stoneware and said that you'd never go back. And gotta say, I haven't gone back yet, so that's a good indicator. But it's just, you know what, I'm gonna put my garbage away. I don't have to hold it. I don't want to stare at my garbage. Here. There we go. Get rid of that. But especially the first few times you use a stone, your stone loves grease. Especially the first few times you use it, it loves grease. But that's what makes a seasoning on your stone as well. So when I'm making bacon on this, I'm really just, you know, helping it be more non-sticky in the future. Good things for my belly, good things for my bar pan. Like literally everybody is winning in this situation. Now, I will say you only need about 6 pieces of bacon for this week. So if you wanted to take half of your bacon and freeze it for future use, you could do that. If you're giggling at me right now, then your family's an awful lot like mine, and this bacon is not going to go to waste. If I don't make extra bacon, my husband is pretty much like, where's my bacon? Because the second the house smells like it, of course, he wants his cut. So, happy bar pan, happy belly, happy husband. Everybody is definitely winning. If you did want to use your extra bacon and make yourself egg bites or something like that, maybe some prep ahead breakfast, you could certainly do that. I'm just setting a timer for 20 minutes there, and then we're gonna see what that's gonna look like. So, now that we got, a lot of level 3 out of the way, or getting there, I'm gonna start with level 1. I'm gonna start some processing of some veggies, and I'm just gonna slice up a couple peppers here. It's amazing the difference even just having vegetables prepared makes when your veggies are already chopped and in the fridge. Having prepared food instead of just having like pre-ingredients makes all the difference in the world. Especially if you find a time of day where you can do this prep where you are, you don't even have to be at your best, but when it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'm definitely not at my best. I'm kind of at my worst around that point because I'm hangry, I'm out of patience, it's already been a long day. So having this done beforehand that's why I say it's self-care, because it really is. Like, future you is going to be so happy that you put in this bit of effort. And it's not hard things. It's little things that all add up and just can throw a bit of a monkey wrench into your week. But at the same time, if we can just make that dinner time easy, that easiness is also going to filter into the rest of your week. So I really want you to think about that, or I challenge you to think about that if you can this week when you have these dinners ready to go. And hey, if you still really hate meal prep, maybe you have a kid in your family who you could convince to do it for you, and can be part of their allowance or something. Or allowance is still a thing. I'm not there yet. Okay, there we go. A couple things of peppers right there. I'm going to slice an onion. I will slice an onion in just a second because my grill is ready to go. Okay, actually, I'm going to very quickly. I just find meat always tastes better if it's salted. Just if it's salted a little bit, it somehow makes all the difference in the world. I am also a salt fiend though, so trust me with a grain of salt. Sorry. Now, I might have a little extra chicken there, but my lunches are generally salads. I could eat salad literally every day for lunch. So if I have an extra piece of chicken cooked, it just makes my salad a little easier to throw together. So I never mind doing that little extra right now while I'm already doing it. Save myself having to grill up a chicken breast. If you want to save yourself time and energy, you always could purchase ready cooked chicken and ready cooked bacon. You're just going to find there's more ingredients and less selection that way. Onion chopped. So right now I'm also going to prepare my vegetables that are going to go with my pan fried haddock, which might as well start the timer on that bad boy. So I'm going to do carrots. I'm going to do carrots and rice on the side of it. I will probably honestly have a spinach salad on the side of mine and the carrots. That way I get a bit of warm, but I like fresh. Speaking of fresh, we're doing our pan fried haddock. We're actually doing it on a Thursday because there is a fish truck that comes to town on Thursdays, and it is like the nicest, freshest fish and very reasonably priced. So Thursday we'll go down to the truck, buy the fresh fish, and that's going to make for a nice meal. You could, like I say haddock because that's something that's very common here. You could choose any type of fish you want. And hey, if you hate fish, do chicken, right? Like, we're just making something nice, wholesome, and simple. The main thing about this is taking the burden of decision making. We get decision fatigue. So even thinking, what's for dinner, what's for dinner, what's for dinner, thinking that every night, you can get really tired of that really quick. It can get very old. But we're just making it easy. So just chop up these carrots. Oops. This one's gonna be a little thick. There we go. And I'll just steam these day of, and they'll be fine. Lo and behold, the kitchen's smelling good already. So you could have any veggies that you want with this. You could even do frozen veggies. If you don't feel like prepping veggies right now, you could use frozen broccoli or something on the side, whatever works. You know your family, you know what your family will eat or what you'll feel good about presenting in front of them. I'm just going to put some water in this to keep it fresh. Here, carrot hack, if you don't know it yet, you do now. You could do the same thing even for snacking throughout the week for carrots. If you wanted to have carrot and celery sticks ready for dip, you can just chop them all up and then cover them in a bit of water and they will be perfectly fine. So I am going quickly to just chunk up this onion. This is going to be for my soup. So I'm doing my soup in my blender. I have a cooking blender. If you do not have a cooking blender, you might want to cut yours a little smaller if you're going to be doing your soup on the stove top. Or maybe you were just cheating and buying a can of tomato basil soup, in which case that is perfectly fine. You are well within your rights to do that as well. So I'm just going to get a couple cloves of garlic peeled. The goal is to remove as many small tasks as possible. So they really don't have to be huge tasks. It's just something you don't have to do later. So I'm just peeling these cloves of garlic, throwing them in there. And I'm also gonna store my 2 tomatoes in with that. And that's just gonna be ready for me to really just dump into my blender. So, one less thing to do. I'm gonna mince up, well, I've got my garlic out here. See how, my chicken's beeping at me. Let's see how it's doing. Okay, that's gonna need a few more minutes. So I'm going to mince up some more. Actually, I'm just gonna dump out my trash. Okay, I'm gonna mince up some more garlic here. Or I'm actually gonna mince this stuff. So my garlic will be ready to go for my pasta. So it calls for 3 cloves of garlic, but that was like the most miniature little clove of garlic I've ever seen in my life. I'm used to garlic, like growing my own garlic, and our supply from last year is now gone. So I am slumming it with grocery store garlic. Just setting a timer for 10 minutes on the rice so that I know when it is done. I don't know how it goes with you, but I need timers, I need reminders, I need all of the things, because there's just always so much going on. Life's busy, right? So I really do feel like this gives you more time and more energy on the other end of it. Yeah. So I have a little garlic prep tool here that will do my mincing for me. And really easy to use, just like smush it down. It all collects into the middle. There we go. So my garlic's all in there. I'm just going to keep it good, to keep it fresh. You know, you buy minced garlic. Well, this is instead of buying minced garlic. So I'm just going to cover it in a bit of oil, and that's going to keep it from going bad on me. So I'm just going to store it actually in the fridge, in the container, just like that. Told you I was feeling lazy, didn't I? There we go. My chicken is all done. So I'm just going to put it on a plate just to cool a little bit before I throw it in the fridge. Because before I throw it in the fridge, I'm also just going to slice it right up. That's why it's just going to be, it's going to be completely ready for me. Okay. Forgot to grab a couple little containers for my spices. Okay, we're going to see what else I forgot to grab. So, see, I run through my list first to try to make sure that you won't forget anything on your list. Don't do as I do. Don't forget the things that I forget. I'm going to get some spices ready. So, got some garlic. Got some paprika. I need salt and pepper. This is for fish, so I don't actually have a measurement for this. I'm just thinking, how much salt would I put on my 4 pieces of fish as I'm going through? Probably about that. Just visualizing, you know, and if you have trouble with it, just close your eyes and visualize. I'm imagining putting pepper on my fish, and then voila, it's like the perfect measurement. Intuitive, right? Intuitive cooking. We're gonna go with that. Thinking I'm nuts, you're not wrong. Okay, also gonna put some flour in here. Because we're just gonna put a nice little, you know, fluff of flour to go with our, just to help crisp up the fish a little bit. You can skip that if you want. Now, we're also gonna mix together for our pasta. Now, I am not going to use, I'm gonna use fresh basil this week because I have basil already for the tomato basil soup. So I'm going to take out about 1 to 2 tablespoons of that basil, and I'm going to use that, I'm going to use that in the pasta instead of using dried. However, if you're using dried, let's just imagine, you know, I'm putting a couple teaspoons of dried basil in another little cup. I am, however, going to put some sugar in there. And some pepper. And why am I doing this? Because there's less things to do. I can just be like, oh, there's my seasoning. And then you dump it and you go, okay? It's the same beauty as having a meal kit come to your house. You're just doing a build your own meal kit, if we can imagine that. So that is level 2 done. My bacon still actually needs a little bit longer, so that's it, guys. Really just waiting for that bacon to be done. I can slice up my chicken and throw that into something, and then we're pretty well good. It's kind of a lazy prep and going to be hopefully an equally lazy week, though delicious is what I'm crossing my fingers and toes for. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this with me, and I hope you guys enjoy your meals, and yeah, I shall see you next week. Bye-bye.